Hi guys, come with me for a long weekend in Portugal. When I landed at the airport, as usual, I took public transport to where I was staying. So this is like the ticketing system. I was kind of confused, so I had to get someone to help me. But I got my train and followed my Google Maps, and it took me to this beautiful, beautiful like square. So this is where I got out of. And then I started walking like the rest of the way to my hostel. It was uphill. My goodness, I was not expecting that. I was dragging my suitcase. I was tired climbing up this hill. The next day I found out that there's like a train thing that takes you up it, but obviously at that time of night it was not happening. I got to the hostel and I was like so out of breath. The hostel was nice. It was called the Decadent, I think. This is literally the only picture I have with the name. And that was the room, and this is the breakfast. The breakfast is included, and yeah, it was decent. So I don't fully remember the order in which I did stuff, but in Lisbon, I know that I went to this like really nice church museum, and then I went to this place called the Arco da Rua Augusta. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's like a historical landmark. But the number of stairs that I needed to climb to get to the top, it was a lot. The view is worth it though. I recommend doing it. I tried to get a cute video, but the way the wind was moving, it wasn't happening for me. But yeah, I had fun. It's nice. One thing, make sure you take your walking shoes. Lisbon is built on 7 hills. You're walking uphill, downhill, everywhere. Also, I don't know what the relationship is, but there were sardine museums all over the place and like sardine shops. Obviously, I had to find the one with my birth year. But yeah, that was kind of weird. One of the things that was like recommended for tourists to do is to go up this like elevator thing. I don't fully know what it is. It takes you like across the city to some place. I didn't actually have time, so I didn't go on it. But if you can, do it. It was on the list of stuff to do. I did lots of churches, and I won't mention all of them. But this was the church of the patron saint of Lisbon, Saint Anthony, and this was like the room that he prays in or whatever. It matches the picture, so I thought that was kind of cool. There was some kind of event thing. I don't know what it was. I actually saw them setting up, but on my last day, it launched. So I was dancing, I was eating, I was having a good time. On one of the nights, I went for this pub crawl with a new friend that I made. Shout out to the travel squad. Guys, it was messy. All I'm gonna say is make sure you eat properly the whole day before going on this. But it was so much fun, and I will do it again. I would just eat first.
The second bar, you will have 1 hour of unlimited beer or sangria. Or if you want to upgrade your ticket like a mentalist and get unlimited vodka, we can do that for you as well.
We did not upgrade our ticket, but the bartender was topping up our sangria with rum and vodka. So that was probably the problem. You won't believe this is what I tried to eat the next day, hungover. Lol. Another must-see is this bookshop. It's the world's oldest active bookshop, I think, which is why you have like all the Guinness Book of Record like things on it. Then there was St. George's Castle. It was so nice. I did walk the whole perimeter of this castle despite my fear of falling. And again, the view was amazing. I did some museums as well. One thing I always notice when I go to European countries is just how well preserved so many things are. It's amazing. And of course, I had some ice cream because, yeah, you have to. Then I got on a train from Lisbon and I went to Faro. I absolutely love being by the water. So Faro was way better than Lisbon for me. I went to this place called the Arco da Villa or something like that. It's like a city in a city, which is kind of cool. This was the Orange Square, Orange Garden. And you could literally like reach up and pluck oranges if you wanted. But I couldn't actually reach any personally. All the lower ones had already been taken. I did a couple churches in Faro as well, so I won't go over that. But I mean, just look at this. Like, wow. The one you should go to is the Church of Santa Maria, I think, because there's this chapel of bones. It's literally bones, skulls, all sorts made into a chapel. Creepy. Inside Arco de Villa, there's this thing, and I cannot remember the name, but it's like an immersive experience type of thing. And then after, they give you this little bag with like bread and some sangria. And it's basically like bread and oil, but with a twist. They squeeze the orange, the fresh orange, into the oil. It was really nice. I can't remember the name, but do it. Outside the Arco de Villa, there's this place where you can get on like this bus and it takes you around the city. You have to get a ticket, but I literally just bought my ticket there. But as we were driving, I passed this building that had like all these drawings on it and I was like, whoa, what is that? So when I got off the tour, I went back and oh my god, it was a freaking transcription and translation mural. Like, wow. Other things I did in Faro, I went for a Fado night. Fado is folk music. It was in this restaurant, so it was really nice, live music, and I ate. I had some octopus. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of dry, but and unseasoned. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. Of course, I found my way to somewhere with live sea animals. Can you spot it? Can you spot it? One thing I so recommend is go to this Pink Palace Museum. It's a little bit of a bus ride away from where I was. So worth it. You have to get a ticket as well, but it is incredibly beautiful. The insides are beautiful. The outsides, the gardens, absolutely magnificent. Like, and each room is like themed different. It is gorgeous. Pose for the camera. Click, click. Unfortunately, I did have to leave, but I booked an evening flight. So in the morning, I went on this like boat tour thing, and it takes you to all the little islands that you cannot access by road. Where I'm walking right now is the southernmost point of Portugal. I was trying to be very careful and walk in the middle because the way the wind was moving, I would have been blown off. And on the sides was rocks, 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 rocks. So you do not want to fall. A cool thing about the islands was that you could only do certain things in certain places. So like on this particular island, this building was the only one that had permission to be there. And it was like a restaurant. There was also an island called Lighthouse Island because it houses the lighthouse. And people do live here, but they have to get like water and stuff brought over by boat because they just have no connection to the rest of Portugal. All good things must come to an end, and so I said goodbye to Faro and went back to England. Sigh.